Let's go, everyone. What is up, faithful? It is your boy Niner Sickness with another Niner Sickness podcast coming to you live on a Wednesday night. I can't get enough of football. Hopefully, you cannot get enough of football as well. Let's talk training camp. Let's talk about the position battles. Who's going to win them? Who do you want to see win what position? What rookie are you interested in seeing? What rookie has you excited for the 2023 season? Is Harbaugh? Oh my goodness, I'm already messing up late. Is Hargrave someone that excites you as the new D tackle? Will he make sure that Kinlaw never comes back to play next year? Right after this.
10, 9, 8.
Let's go. What's up, everyone? Let's see who's in the house. We got my boy Rich Coates in the house. What's up, Rich? We got my girl East Coast Red and Gold. Let's go. We got John in the house. What's up, John? Welcome. We got Jimmy Perez in la casa. What's up? What's up, dog? Saludos from Fresno, California. Cuvo. My goodness. I did a show earlier with my boy Pete on both of our channels, but I couldn't have enough. I'm like, you know what? I'm so excited. Training camp is around the corner. I'm excited to see Jair Brown. I'm excited to see Withers, Willis, Graham, Cameron Latou. Which rookie will impress the Niners in training camp? I'm also excited to see about Kalia Davis. Kalia Davis was brought here. He's kind of reminds me of a young DJ Jones. Is he the replacement of DJ Jones? Will he replace DJ Jones? He was redshirted all last year, did not play. How good of a talent could this dog be for our defense? Would he be a complement to the rotational D lineman? How much of an impact will Kalia Davis have? What's up, Terradome? I just want to give a quick shout out to Jess for hosting the East Coast Red and Gold. Her, Ty, Maddie, and Bex, they had TED Talks Ball and Terradome as their guest tonight. I heard it got pretty fun and it got a little exciting, a little heated. But little heated is never wrong. It's two different people bringing their idea of what they feel about their team. Controversy is good as long as it doesn't get out of hand. But I heard it was a great show. I watched a lot of it. And then I had to bail out because I had to go do my show with Pete from Niners Fanatic Podcast. Make sure to subscribe to his channel. And then after the show, I came back and they were still going at it. They were still going at it. They were doing their thing. They were having fun doing their thing. So, let me stretch my back. And I heard it was a great show, man. So, more power to Jess. She's been doing a phenomenal job hosting the East Coast Red and Gold. Make sure to follow them. If you're not following them already, make sure to give them a like. You make sure to give them a subscribe if you're not subscribed to their channel. They come on every Wednesday at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 8 o'clock Eastern. Make sure you go and give them a follow. Great cast. Appreciate it, Beto. Much love. Much love for you, Pterodome. I love your takes. A little winded for me, but I love them, though. Nevertheless, I love your takes. I love your passion for the Niners. I love how you bring the heat to wherever show you go on. Keep being you, my friend. Keep being you for sure. Before we go any further, make sure to let me get that out of the way. Hold on. Make sure to wipe your feet before entering and hit the like button for your boy. I don't expect a lot of you guys to be up here tonight. I just kind of went on random. It's already Wednesday late, especially in the East Coast. People have to go to work tomorrow, so I figured I may not get a big response, but it's all good. It's all good because I love talking 49er football. Hold on, guys. I love talking 49er football. I enjoy talking 49er football, and I can't get enough. So I figure if there's 20 of you, 2 of you, it don't matter. The more the merrier, obviously, but it's all about having fun. It's all about talking 49er football. Training camp is around the corner. I'm excited to see the competition between Sam Darnold and Trey. Yes, we saw OTAs. Yes, we've seen minicamp. But that's guys flying around with a t-shirt. Doesn't really say much. You start getting into the meat and potatoes when training camp starts. You got the pads on. You got the whole 9 yards, and you start hitting each other, and you start seeing which player's starting to look good. How is Debo going to look? Debo said in the last season, because he went through a contract year, that he was kind of not really focused on his exercise. He kind of was sluggish. He was kind of wasn't top shape because of all the distractions that he made for himself. But nevertheless, he was distracted with the whole, I want to get traded if you don't give me my money, blah, blah, blah. And even though I don't think he had a bad year, he definitely didn't have the same year he had in 2021. What kind of Debo Samuel are we getting in 2023? The 22 version or the 2021? I cannot wait to see what Debo does. What does he bring to the table? Brandon Ayuk. Will he be another 1,000-yard receiver? Will he digress, or will he flourish even more? Would he be better this year than he was last year, or would he get worse? What do you want to see from one Brandon Ayuk? I think this guy's special. I think he's pure number one receiver, in my opinion. I love me Debo. I want Debo to be here for years to come. What Debo does is special. There's no denying that what Debo does is special. But the quality and the things that Brandon Ayuk brings to the table is amazing. Brandon Ayuk is a pure catcher that can separate. A lot of the receivers like Debo, like Jawan Jennings, they get the ball because Kyle schemes them open. Kyle doesn't need to do that for Ayuk. Ayuk has separation from the go. He always has a separation from the defender. He is always in a situation to catch the ball and to move the chain. I'm excited to see what Brandon Ayuk brings to the table this year. Christian McCaffrey. A whole offseason as a 49er. He came mid-season from a trade from Carolina, and you saw what he was able to do mid-season form coming from Carolina. How is Christian McCaffrey going to look with a complete offseason under Kyle Shanahan's system? Will he be a 1,000-yard rusher and a 1,000-yard receiver? Can he possibly do that? I don't see why not. I don't see why he could not be a 1,000-yard receiver and a 1,000-yard rusher. Now he has to remain healthy, of course. And talking about health. What's up, Supremo in the house? We got Crazy Jews in the house. What's up, Crazy Jews? So, talking about health. What should we expect from one Elijah Mitchell? What should we expect from Elijah Mitchell? Will Elijah Mitchell be able to stay on the field? We know his production. We know what he's capable of doing on the field. We know he can break within the tackles. But what I want to see is, can he remain faithful and healthy all year? Or is he going to miss time like he normally does? And if he does miss time due to injury, is Jordan Mason ready to step up? Is Jordan Mason, the undrafted free agent, ready to step up? The guy that beat out the third round pick, Trey Sermon. Is Jordan Mason ready to step up if Elijah Mitchell cannot stay healthy? How good is TDP going to be? How good is Tyrone Davis-Price going to be? Is he going to be a casualty like Trey Sermon was and lose his spot to one of these undrafted free agents we picked up? Or will he show up and show out and show he did not play? I'm going to piss some people off. He did not play for Ohio State. He played for LSU. Can the LSU product play better than the Ohio State product that we got in Trey Sermon? Come on, somebody. I don't like neither program, so make a little jab to the Ohio State and LSU fan base. I'm a big Clemson Tiger. No pun intended. Luis Moreno. Welcome back to part 2 of the Niner Sickness podcast. What's up, sickness? I'm back again for another show. You are faithful and faithful indeed, brother. Really, really appreciate you guys. You guys are awesome. You guys are amazing. Thank you for the support. Be strong and hit hard on both sides. Bang, bang, Niner gang. That's what I'm talking about. So I'm excited to see, will Tyrone Davis-Price step up? Will he step up and be that guy? We got George Kittle always going down straight the middle. We always got George Kittle, right? He's a dog. George Kittle's the man. He's a people's tight end. But who is behind him? Now, I don't want to hear Ross Dwally no more. I do not want to hear Ross Dwally's name anymore. I'm tired of that mediocre, and I'm tired of that separation. You got one hell of a tight end in Kittle. But after Kittle, nothing. I am tired of hearing about Ross Dwally, a mediocre, trash tight end. Charlie Warner, not that bad, but not great either. Could Cameron Latou from Alabama come in and close that gap to Kittle? Could Braden Willis be that guy that we can depend on, so we don't have to put that much miles on Kittle? Because listen, let's be honest. Kittle is healthy, we're moving the ball. Kittle gets hurt, you can't trust Dwally. You can't trust Warner. Will Latou and Willis step up in training camp during preseason? Play good enough where they can rest Kittle certain plays and put in the young big boy Latou in there. Willis is a great pass catcher and a great blocker. Look who it is. My boy Bebop Jones is in the house. What's up, Bebop? Good to see. He says, yo, 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 yo. I feel that TDP is going to be the odd man out because we're loaded at running backs. I don't know. We can definitely go with what? 4 running backs? So it would be McCaffrey, Elijah Mitchell, Jordan Mason, and TDP. I can see us rolling with 4 running backs going into the season. We just don't use Dwally. We don't. And it's not because we don't want to use him. That's because he doesn't make himself available to be used the correct way. I think Willis will be second string and Latou will be a third string. Interesting. So you're giving the 7th round pick over the 3rd round pick. That's an interesting take there, Crazy Juice. It's time to bring all the bigger dogs out to win ring number 6 now. How good is this defensive line going to be? If we can keep it real, how good will this defensive line be? Because let's be honest, we know that Nick Bosa is going to get his money next month. He's going to be a Niner for a long time. We know what we have in Nick Bosa. We know what he's capable of doing. Javon Kinlaw is definitely an upgrade Javon Hargrave is definitely an upgrade from Kinlaw. But he hasn't played a down for the Niners yet. I don't know what to expect from Hargrave. I want to expect nothing but the best from him. But I still don't know what he is in a Niner uniform. Last season was his first season since entering the NFL to have 11 sacks, double-digit sacks. First year. Can he repeat that? What's going on, my brother from another mother? 615 Random Goat. My brother is a Saints fan, loves his Saints. Comes in time to time to my show, say hello. What's up, brother? Good to see you. But I still think that Hargrave is an upgrade to Kinlaw. What kind of player are we going to get in 23 from Armstead? Now, I understand that Armstead was hurt most of the time last year, missed a lot of games, but 0 sacks from Armstead. That is not acceptable. It's not acceptable. Now, I understand he's good against the run. He pushes the pocket. He's a great asset to this defense. I'm not saying he isn't. But no sacks is not acceptable. What kind of Eric Armstead are we getting? Are we getting the 2019? Or are we getting the 2022 0 sacks? Will he have multiple sacks like he did in 2019? Or would he have 0? Now, I love Eric Armstead. He is a force to be reckoned with in the middle. He pushes that pocket. But I need him to get to the quarterback time to time. And then that leads us to the unknown of Drake Jackson. Kid showed a lot of great things last year. 3 sacks. Didn't play a lot of games. Kind of was a healthy scratch. But that's because he was fatigued. He was tired. He really didn't have a whole offseason. He was dealing with with pros, trying to go from college to the pros. Who was going to draft him? Where was he going to go? But Drake Jackson has had a complete offseason to work on his craft, to build his weight. How effective will Drake Jackson be? Will he move the needle? Will he move the needle game time? Will he be effective? Will opposing offensive coordinators lose sleep because of Drake Jackson? Or is he going to be just another guy on a great defensive line? Is he going to be part of the problem for opposing quarterbacks, or is he going to be the main problem for opposing quarterbacks? Those are the things that I want to see from Drake Jackson. And then you have Kellen Farrell from Clemson. Got drafted by the Raiders. 4th pick overall. Little too high. Went to a bad defensive scheme. They play a 3-4. His hand wasn't on the ground. He was asked to cover He was asked to cover tight ends and running backs. People don't realize when you play linebacker and you're asked to cover a tight end or running back, you cannot completely focus on your pass rush. You got to sit there and do your pass rush when you're called upon, and you got to worry about not getting burned. Imagine Farrell in his mind playing for the Raiders. Oh shit. I hope I don't get burned. I hope I don't get burned by a tight end. And this thing is dwelling in the back of his mind. As a Niner, he's not going to have to worry about none of that stuff. Chris Kasarik does not want him to cover anybody. We got Greenlaw. We got Warner for that. Chris Kasarik wants Farrell to put his hand on the dirt, pin his ears back, and go after the quarterback. That will be his only job. Go after the quarterback. Do you know how much that will just make him better as a push rusher when he doesn't have to worry about coverage? All he has to do is put his hand on the ground and eat. So I think that Farrell will be better than Charlie Omenihu. I really do. If you like the production that we got from Charlie Omenihu, to me, Farrell is a better athlete than Charlie Omenihu. One and a half sacks, unacceptable. Absolutely. Unacceptable. Brian, what's up, Brian? How you doing, my friend? Good to see you. I haven't seen him type anymore, so he probably just did a drive-by, said hello, and probably went to bed. Or he might be watching. I think Armstead could perform better this year with the help of Hargrave. As for Bosa, he will definitely have a great year. It seems like every year he has a great year. We need to use Drake Jackson. I'm telling you, the combination of Drake Jackson and Farrell is going to be amazing. Now, do not sleep on Austin Bryant, also a product from Clemson. He's not as a good pass rusher as Farrell is, but he's definitely a speedster. He can get off the ball quick. He can provide that speed. I'm talking about the speed only of D Ford around the edge. And all you need is him to put pressure on the opposing quarterback, because if he moves him to the middle, there's Hargrave, Armstead. If he goes the opposite way, there's Bosa coming in. We just need speed off the opposite side of Bosa. Do not sleep on Austin Bryant. He may surprise a lot of you. That was a good game. That was Drew Brees versus Alex Smith. That was a hell of a game. In the fourth quarter alone, the lead changed 4 times. Under 3 minutes. How crazy is that? Where your lead changes 4 times under 3 minutes in the fourth quarter. That was one hell of a playoff game. Crazy Juice says, hope we get to see Kalia Davis. I spoke about him a little bit earlier in the show. This kid has all the tools and the ability to be a great rotational D tackle. I can see him being the second DJ Jones prototype D tackle. Now, I'm not going to disrespect DJ Jones because I haven't seen what Kalia Davis can do, but I have high hopes for one Kalia Davis. I really do. Dude, you've been live for quite a while. I started another podcast. I wasn't live from earlier. I stopped for about a good 2 hours in between, or an hour and a half. I eat dinner, talked a little bit to the wife, and then I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go talk some more football with my 49er family and a Cowboy fan. It's all good, bro. It's all good. I think personally you love the Cowboys and the Niners. I think you're the one of the same, but you could have a brother that's a Niner fan. I'm messing with you guys. Don't get crazy. Don't get crazy. Don't get crazy.
Booyah!
But hey, Crazy Juice. Since you're a Cowboy fan, here you go, buddy. This is for you. That's for you right there, as a Cowboy fan. Cowboys are going to lose this year, once again, to the San Francisco 49ers. Dak Prescott is a joke. He is trash. Do you know that Dak Prescott, a top 5 quarterback, as I like to say, a franchise quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys, do you know he has the same amount of wins and playoffs than Brock Purdy does? Dak Prescott, for all the money they're giving him, he has 2 wins in the playoffs. Brock Purdy has 2 wins in the playoffs. I am so glad the Cowboys did not choose to draft a quarterback. I love them having, just like I like the Seahawks with Geno Smith. I was so concerned and worried, are the Seahawks going to draft? Are they going to draft a quarterback? Are they going to draft a quarterback? I was concerned. But they didn't. They didn't draft a quarterback. They decided to go corner, which is fine. They're rolling with Geno Smith. I don't know about you guys, man, but I don't think Geno Smith is going to be as good as he was last year. If you remember, Geno Smith started hot, but then he started to fade away half of the season. And he played like crap against us in the playoffs. I think Geno Smith was overrated last year. But he's the guy that I want him to be the quarterback of the Seattle Seahawks. So I am glad they did not draft a quarterback. And then the Rams, what can I say about the Rams? They are the same old sorry ass Rams, right? They are the same old sorry ass Rams. That's what they are. Yes, Matthew Stafford is still there. Yes, their receiver, whatever his name, Cooper Kaka, what's his name? Cooper Chorro, Cooper Cup, who poops in his pants. That guy is not, he's overrated. Who else do they have? Who else do the Rams have after Cooper shit? Their tight end? Ooh, we're scared of their tight end. Their running back, Cam Akers, sucks. He was going to be traded last year because he didn't know how to play with the rest of the teammates. For some crazy reason, he ended up staying with the team. But you're going to tell me this is the guy that the Niners should be scared of? Cam Akers? Really? They lost their top pass rusher on defense. And I'm not talking about AD. He is a D tackle. That's a very good pass rusher. I'm talking about Floyd. They lost their middle linebacker, who they only got for 1 year. Wagner went back after playing 1 year in this sorry ass organization as the Rams. He decided, hell no, I want to go back to the Seahawks. They lost their top corner, and Ramsey. He went to Miami. They lost their safety Rap. He went somewhere. The Rams are not the same. Did they draft a lot of players? Yes. But you cannot assume that you're going to be in contention with a bunch of rookies. You really think you're going to be able to compete with a bunch of rookies coming in? So now, they took a lot of rookies. Some of them may plan out. Some of them may be good. But you're not going to sit there and tell me they're going to go into be a playoff team because of their great so-called picks. I wouldn't be surprised if they lose to the Cardinals. And the Cardinals are terrible. The Cardinals are trash. Yeah. And all you got to do is double cover him. Just double cover him, triple cover him. Who else is going to put pressure on Brock or Trey or Sam? I live in Washington. This is a lot of you're Washington. I'm thinking DC, but so you do a lot of sequins. And I'm seeing more Niners and Raiders and few Cowgirls and one small lamb chop. I cannot imagine living in the Washington or anywhere in that area to deal with all these fan base of the Seahawks, the Midwest. Yes, Bebop. They are definitely rebuild mode. Now, you talk to Rudy, the Ramelia Rams report. He'll tell you that they're not. He thinks the Rams are going to win the division. You got the Seahawks, who have improved through draft picks, had a lot of key players already in place. They got better. The Rams are going to beat them. And you got the Niners, Who got better? But yet, Mr. Delusional thinks that his Rams are going to win the division in 2023. Rudy's my boy. I like Rudy, but I do call him delusional because if you say that your team's going to win a division when you lost a bunch of your starters through cap casualty, you couldn't pay Ramsey, you couldn't pay Wagner, you couldn't pay Floyd. You lost a lot of players due to cap casualty. And you're going to think that because you drafted a bunch of rookies, that your chances of winning the division is still great? Rookies struggle. Out of all the rookies they got, they're lucky. If they can get 3 or 4 good guys to be part of the team going forward, they hit the jackpot. But they think that they're going to hit and every single pick is going to be a Pro Bowler. Rudy already is claiming that that quarterback from Georgia is the one that is going to, when Matthew Stafford retires, he's going to take over and win Super Bowls for them. Now tell me if that's not someone that is delusional. Tell me if that's not someone that is delusional. If you think that because you drafted all these players, that they're automatically going to become Pro Bowlers, are you kidding me? A corner that you might have drafted in the 4th, 5th round is going to be able to match the intensity of Ramsey? They got some pass rushers, and they think that they're going to have the number 1 defense in the West. If that's not delusional, I don't know what is. I really don't. At least Cardinal fans, they know their team sucks. You talk to any Cardinal fan, they'll tell you, my team sucks. I don't expect a good year. New head coach, unproven head coach. Kyle Murray's going to be out for a very long time. They're not delusional. They're depressed, but not delusional. Ram fans are delusional. Well, if anybody can get the best out of him, it is Sean McVay. If anybody can get the good out of Stetson Bennett, it will be Sean McVay. But I don't think he's a good quarterback. Georgia had the greatest defense. Remember the Baltimore defense when they had Dilfer as a quarterback? Dilfer won a Super Bowl. Didn't he win a Super Bowl with the Ravens? But are you going to tell me that Trent Dilfer, was a good quarterback? It was his defense that carried him. Just like the Niners defense carried Jimmy. But Jimmy was so bad that he couldn't even win with a good defense. I think Bennett was a product of a good defense. And the Rams do not have a good defense. So if Matthew Stafford, God forbid, because I do not wish injury on no player, even on the team that I can hate. I don't. I want to beat every team with their starters. But let's say, God forbid, Matthew Stafford gets hurt week 3, week 4. And you have to entrust Bennett to come in with a bad defense and put the ball on his shoulders. He's going to crumble like a house of cards. The Rams need to realize they're in rebuild mode. You're not going to win the division. You're lucky if you can beat the Cardinals. I really believe it's going to be the Cardinals in the basement, the Rams above them, only because, not because the Rams are better, but because the Cardinals are worse. The Cardinals will be last, then the Rams, then the Seahawks, then the 49ers, winning the division once again. Javier Rios. How you doing, sir? You have a wonderful night. Javier Rios is a big Jimmy G fan. He's a big fan of the Jimmy G. Did you get your Jimmy G Raider jersey, Javier?
Booyah!
I'm messing with you. I'm messing you. You're probably like,
Hell yeah! That's what I'm talking about.
no, you're not doing that. Oh my goodness. Jimmy G in black and silver. I wish I can be there for the scrimmage game between the Raiders and the Niners. Be that fly on the wall. Seeing Jimmy get his ass kicked by Bosa, Hargrave, Dre Jackson. Imagine Dre Jackson going up to him, hey, bro, I never liked you. You suck. And now that you're part of the Raiders, I can tell you that. So I'm not about to sack your ass. But you like Jimmy, though. Wouldn't you want to get a Raiders jersey in support of Jimmy? See, I like players that are on my team. Once they leave, I'm a red and gold until I'm dead and cold. Will always represent the red and gold. So I cannot wait for training camp. I am fired up for training camp. I think training camp is going to be exciting to watch, ladies and gentlemen. I think that these young rookies are going to be impressive. I'm curious to see how they do. I'm curious to see how Dre Jackson does. Farrell. Austin Bryant does. I want to see these rookies. Jair Brown. How is Jair Brown going to be? How is the two linebackers that we took, how they going to be? The two tight ends. How's Colton McKivitz going to play at starting right tackle? I want to see McCaffrey. I want to hear things about McCaffrey after having a complete offseason. I want to hear about Trey. Hopefully it's good stuff that I hear about Trey. I want to hear the reporter say they cannot stop Dre Jackson. Dre Jackson in practice is living in the offensive backfield. That's what I want to hear. Colton McKivitz is struggling with Dre Jackson. Well, maybe I don't want to hear that, because if that's the case, shit, we're facing TJ Watt week 1. That's not going to be good. So I want to hear great things about Drake Jackson, but not when it comes against Colton McKivitz. I want McKivitz to have the better matchups against Bosa, against everybody, because if he doesn't, oh crap. All year. That's all we're going to be feeling all year if he gets smacked around. I hope so. I really, really do, man. So anyway, I'm excited about training camp. I am fired up. I cannot wait for training camp to get here already. I cannot wait to talk about training camp. I cannot wait to discuss with you guys my points and my thoughts on training camp and the players. Is the arrow pointing up or is the arrow pointing down? I want to give you my top players of training camp. All that's going to take place here on the Niner Sickness Podcast. Make sure you are tuned in, that you are subscribed to my channel. You have the notifications so that when I go live, you will be notified, because I'm going to be bringing you all kinds of information about our Niners. And if you get to hear the information from someone else, that's fine. We'll discuss it. We'll discuss it here. It's not always about me bringing you information. Maybe you hear it from someone else because they're doing a wonderful job in providing that for you. But we can always come here together and we can talk about it. Make sure to give me a like if you haven't done so already. Make sure to follow me if you're not following me already. And let's get fired up, man. Let's get fired up. Let's go. Let's level up. Let's level up. Let's go. How's Drake Jackson going to be? How's Farrell going to be? How's Calais Davis going to look? Jair Brown. Cameron Latou. How's he going to look? Braden Willis. How's he going to look? Is Trey Lance going to be better than he was last year before he got hurt? Did he work on his accuracy? Is his feet really better than they were last year? I'm excited to hear about that stuff. I'm excited to hear about Trey Lance. I'm a big Brock Purdy fan. I love Brock Purdy. I still think that Brock Purdy will be the week 1 QB if he's ready to go. But it doesn't mean I don't want to see Trey Lance succeed in training camp, play good in preseason, and maybe win his job back. If Trey wins his job back from Brock Purdy, and based on what we've seen from Brock Purdy last year, that is a great sign that Trey Lance is going to be here for the long haul. So I'm rooting for Trey. I am rooting for Trey. I want to hear positive things about Trey. I want Trey to dominate. I want Trey to take control of the offense. I want him to just, in every aspect of training camp, I want Trey Lance to be successful. Because I already have an idea what we have in Brock. And I'm not in a hurry to win games with Brock. I know we can win games. I want to see what we can do with Trey. Can we be as effective with Trey? Can we be better with Trey than we were with Brock? We need Trey's arm to keep opposing defense honest so they don't stack up the box. But will Trey Lance be that guy? Will he be that guy? To be determined. I'm rooting for him. Now, if Brock Purdy wins it because Trey does not show enough, I'm okay with rocking with Brock. But I'll be happier if it was Trey. Robert Beal Jr. from Georgia. Yeah, he's kind of a tweener, though. I don't think he's going to show anything this year. I think maybe next year he gains a little bit more muscle, more weight. They might use him on a player here, but do not expect Robert Beal to be a big contributor to this defense in 2023. He is someone that they're going to develop, build on, and work for future reference. But I don't expect big things out of Robert Beal. He has the potential to be great, but he needs to be developed. Chris Kacerek needs to get his hands with Robert and just mold him into that future player. But he's a tweener. He's small. When I say small, I'm not talking about height. I'm talking about weight. He needs to put on more weight. But not just fat. He needs to put on muscle. Kind of like what Dre Jackson did. He put a lot of weight on with muscle, but yet he did not lose his speed because it was muscle. I know you guys are just as fired up as I am. I love football. I really, really do. Football is an escape of the real world. Football is an escape of my bills, my issues, my pain. Football is a way of having fun and enjoying myself. I want to see my team be competitive year in and year out. I want to win the Super Bowl. So I get fired up about free agency. I get fired up about the draft, the combine. All that fires me up. The Senior Bowl. I get fired up all year long. I really love football. I enjoy talking about it with you guys. I'm like a little kid that cannot wait for his favorite show to start. I cannot wait for training camp. I'm 53 years old, and I feel like a kid every time training camp comes around. It's a new chapter. Whatever happened last year, happened last year. Training camp is always a new chapter for the new year, the new calendar year, 2023. Let's hope that 23 brings us a better result than 2022. Will your San Francisco 49ers be hosting the Lombardi Trophy at the end of the season? I cannot wait for that time. But baby steps before we walk, and let's walk before we run. Enjoy every step. It starts on July 25th. Now, I understand July 20th, the rookies come in, so we'll talk about that a little bit, but I cannot wait for July 25th, not only because it's my wife's birthday, but it's the first day of training camp with everybody. All right, guys, it's been an hour. I did a show earlier today. I am tired. I am pooped. I'm gonna go and kick it with. Oh, let me acknowledge my boy Roberto Davis, and I got my boy David Corona in the house. Gentlemen, thank you for stepping in. As I step out, you guys are always awesome. I always have fun doing my thing. Make sure to follow me. Make sure to subscribe. Let your friends and family know to come and subscribe to the big guy, Niner Sickness. And let's hang out each and every time. Have a wonderful night. Enjoy your rest of the evening. And have a blessed rest of the week. Until the next podcast, I am your boy Niner Sickness. Say, be kind to one another. And let's go Niners.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Zero.